Hi, good morning. Good morning from California. Sean Aoki here, and we're here this morning to promote pure flour from Europe, making a Tins mini bread, and a little bit about the flour. What is pure flour from Europe? It's a program promoted by Italmapa, Italian Association of Millers. It's co-founded by the European Union, and it aims to promote organic soft wheat flours, durum wheat flours, and semolina flours, made in the EU, specifically Italy, for USA and Canada. And today we're using Molino Grassi. It's a Tipo 00 organic wheat flour, absolutely beautiful for the bread we're making today. So we'll get started. What we have is the Tipo flour. Water, we're going to start with that, 170 grams of water. We have 3 eggs, 10 grams of fine salt. We use a Nezo salt, easily dissolves. 50 grams of honey. And this honey will be a good activator for the yeast. As the bread rises, it'll really feed the yeast to kind of kickstart the proofing process. Then we have our yeast, dry active yeast going in. There's also flour. There's 140 grams of flour. The flour should be cold, firm to the touch. And this flour is, it's going to really add a lot of richness to the bread. And lastly, we have the Tipo flour. And when we start mixing this, we'll start on a low speed, and we'll do that for a few minutes until we get really kind of a shaggy mix. And then we'll turn that up and speed it up to, say, a number 3 until we get a really nice soft texture. So on a speed 1 now, and really kind of letting those wets and the dries get mixed together. And we love this Tipo flour. I mean, we always choose an organic flour over your regular refined flour. It's better for you, it's healthier, better for digestion, and it just creates a better product. So we love it. So really mixing in the egg yolks and the flour, getting that honey and the yeast all incorporated. We're using a Kenwood today. It's a 7.5 liter, 1500 watts. It's a really good sturdy home mixer. Will do the job, has plenty of torque. And we're doing a 1 kg batch today. We'll be using this pan later. It's a 1 kg non-stick loaf pan. So, and I'll just give it a quick stir. It's about halfway mixed. It's got kind of a shaggy mixture in the middle. Just want to catch a little bit of that flour, make sure everything gets really well incorporated. And while we're mixing this, we're going to try to keep the dough mixture below 24 degrees Celsius. And that's purely so that the butter doesn't melt. Why? Because the friction will really start to build a little bit of heat in the bowl. And when the fats and the milk solids start to separate, it becomes a bit of a challenge for the dough. So we've got a good mix here going. And for the sake of time, we're going to speed things up a little bit. We have a mix of dough, and just to show you the outcome, it's really nice and smooth, soft to the touch. So we're going to take this out. We're going to form this. Just a little bit of spray on the table. So 1 kg batch. It's nice and soft. And what we'll do is we'll kind of put it into a rectangle. We're going to fold that over, and we're going to fold the corners, just kind of roll it, and really essentially just put it into the form of the bowl. There you go. And kind of pinch the bottoms. And this will give you a really nice formation inside the pan. Tuck the corners. Okay. And right when that is reached about the length of the pan, scoop this up. Now this dough has rested overnight. We do a cold proof, and then it's been ready to be formed. And now it'll sit in here. It'll proof again until it's filled the pan, and then we will bake this at 175 degrees. So, but as a result, we have a beautiful loaf pan bread, tenzimini, and with that, we have our beautiful club sandwich. So, again, pure flour from Europe, making a wonderful club sandwich with the tenzimini bread and the 00 tipo Malino Grassi. Thank you. Oh, and I think we have some questions to ask.
Yes, Chef. We have the first question: how cold should the butter be?
That's a really good question. When putting in the butter is going to help regulate the temperature in the bread. And so we want to keep that below 22 degrees, just to make sure that that bread stays emulsified inside the mixture.
Thank you very much. We received also another question: how long to rest after baking?
Great question. So inside of this pan, after it comes out of the oven, you're going to rest it probably in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then you'll take it out and you'll put it on a resting rack. And this will allow the moisture to somewhat evaporate. And if you don't, you do get a bit of condensation collection around the bread where it'll start to get wet, actually.
Thank you. And can a home mixer be used?
Yes, a home mixer can be used. If you're doing 1 kg batches, at least a 7-liter bowl would be great, and something with a little bit of horsepower.
Very much.
Okay, thank you.